83% of your new contacts and leads won't answer your call. That's a big number. And when you're trying to get through the phone calls, that can really place a big crimp on your flow. The end result being that you may lose confidence in your process. You might lose a bit of motivation on those calls. So there is an answer for it. And we have to think these days that really people are busy and that they are often prioritising the calls that they want to answer, even the calls where they recognise the phone number. They're prioritising whether or not they're going to answer that call right now. Now, the other thing that's happening is that there's a lot of telemarketers now calling from landlines and mobile numbers. And we've all woken up to that, so when we're getting numbers that we don't recognise, it's natural for a lot of us to not answer those calls because we don't have time to waste getting on a call with a telemarketer. Even if we're going to be rude and just hang up on them, it's still time out of our day. It's still a distraction. We might have been in the middle of something trying to concentrate, so we just don't want it. So that's what's going on with the people when you're trying to make the calls. So what can we do to get around that? Well, the way that we do it, and you can do it, is with voicemail drops and SMS with vocal contact. So what that is a voicemail drop is where you can pre-record a message and use our technology to actually drop that straight into their voice. The person that you're reaching out to will drop it straight into their voicemail. And so what we want to do, and I've pre-built this workflow just to go through, is we're going to want to, of course, record a voicemail message. And you can see here, if you get a copy of this workflow, that I've got some instructions here. So this is something to delete once you've gone through these instructions. So go to vocaroo.com and record a voicemail. And so what Vocaroo is, it's a pretty simple application. All you need to do is just click on this button. It's going to use your internal mic on your computer. So it's basically, hi, this is JP from Focal Contact. I just got your inquiry and I was just wanting to follow up with you. I couldn't get a hold of you. So what I'm going to do is, as well as leaving this voicemail, I'm going to send you a text message if you want to just call back, or I'll send you some options for booking in a call if that's more convenient. All right, catch you later. All right, so you've got a voicemail recording now, and all you need to do is click save and share, and you can download this. And if we go back to here, all right, we can now delete this. I won't delete it because I'm going to keep it in case somebody wants to use it. And you can see, all right, so somebody's called, left an inquiry. Then what's going to happen is that they're assigned to the user. Then it's going to wait 2 minutes. If somebody's just dropped something straight into a form and immediately they're getting a voicemail, it's not going to seem natural. So we do leave just that 2-minute pause, and of course we want it to go out during work hours, because if they're filling out a form at 2 o'clock in the morning, they're going to think it's a bit strange if you're leaving a voicemail at 2 o'clock in the morning. So we have that wait step. Moving into the voicemail, and you can see here that what I've done, I've already uploaded a voicemail that I did before, so you didn't have to worry about watching me download and upload. Just save that action. Then it waits 1 minute, and again, you don't want to send it exactly the same time as the voicemail, just for that natural action. Send an SMS, which is basically, in this instance, I've said hi, and we can use the merge tags because we've got all of the details there. And also, we're not going to necessarily put in our own name into these because we might have more than one user, so we can use the merge tags to populate the individual's details that are in your team. And in this case, I'm saying that they can reply yes for some available times. You could also, include a link to your calendar, your booking calendar as well in an SMS. But I'm going to use our AI appointment booking bot in this workflow. So SMS is sent, let it wait for 5 minutes and a reply. If the reply is yes or they don't reply, then it's going to go down this no path. If they reply yes, then we're going to use our AI appointment booking bot, which will start sending text messages back and forth saying, okay, here's the days that I'm available. The person can select a day. Then from that, then it will give them some time options. The person can select time, and so it's booked in the back and forth via text message to make it feel like they're communicating with someone. Obviously, that's an alternative to just using a link to a booking widget. So, did the bot book the appointment? Yes. Then what we would have is another workflow actually picking up on the appointment, and then so there's going to be a confirmation of the time for the call. If you're using Zoom or Google Meet or something else, that would include a link to where the online meeting was going to be had. If it's the booking bot didn't book an appointment, could be that it just timed out, the person didn't reply. So in this case, we've got it going to an internal notification if the appointment's not booked for somebody they'll get that notification, they'll be able to look at the conversation and just see why it didn't happen, and the follow-up, and take the appropriate follow-up based on what has happened or hasn't happened. If it was a yes that the bot timed out, then what we can do is we've just used a go-to to just go back up to this manual call action that was back up here. So so you can see the whole point of this is really about automating the cold outreach process, essentially. So you've got a whole group of phone numbers to go through. Can be pretty demoralising going through all of these numbers and not being able to connect to anyone. So this is just a way to get around that. Now, if you don't have a lot of leads coming in, you don't have a lot of phone calls to make, then what you would do is just not have this voicemail step. Replace that with an actual call, and then if you find that they still don't pick up, then you can have them drop into the automation from here. So you can have this SMS set up ready to go, and have this booking flow that follows on after that. So hope that helps. And of course, if you're not using Focal Contact yet, automations like this are there and ready for you to use. If you are using Focal Contact and you would like something like this, you didn't quite follow the workflow, then just reach out and we're here to help.